All right, welcome to part one of a little tutorial on Google Drawings. I'll put this on the website and share this out, so that's where you'll be able to access this. I'm going to do probably 2 or maybe even 3 chunks here so that they're not really long videos. So, Google Drawings. Google Drawings is the most flexible, easy to use tool in all of Google Suite, G Suite, in my opinion. And it's not used enough because it's so easy to use. I don't know why people don't use it more. So to get there, a couple of different ways. I always tell people go to your Google Drive and start there. So you would go to your Google Drive, hit New, go to More, and then it's right there, Google Drawings. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to open up a new Google Drawing. So think of this as a poster. It's that simple. It's a poster board that you can edit, and you have ultimate flexibility. So always is the case, I'm going to name my document. So we'll just do tutorial for the title. Alright, so in this first video I'm just going to give you some of the basics of what it is, and then in later videos I'm going to show you some applications to content and curriculum. So your menu here, you've got some options. You can insert a text box, you can insert shapes and lines, you can insert images. So far so good. So if I wanted to insert an image, it's going to give me a drop-down menu and I got choices. If this is an image that I have on my computer, maybe it's a picture of my daughter or something like that, then I can pull it from that. I can search the web. If I search the web, it's going to pop up a search box, and that search box is going to search images that are licensed for reuse. So if I was to search Santa, then these are all sort of legal to use images. So fun fact, if I want a transparent image, meaning that there's no background on that image, I need to type Santa transparent, and that'll give me those options. And I like this guy right here, so I'm going to choose that and insert. So got the Santa. Another fun fact right there, did you see what I did? Always drag and resize from a corner if you want to maintain the proportions of the image. Okay. Otherwise you're going to get those images that look like they're squished or look like they're skinny, and it's going to look like a carnival, you know, the mirrors. So always click and drag from the corners. That's a good little tip for everybody, but for kids as well. So when it's outlined in blue, it's selected, and when you have the crosshairs, that means that you can click and drag and move it around. Click and drag. This little guy right here, this little dot, see how I've got now I have an X as opposed to my cursor. When I get over that dot and I have the crosshairs again, if I click, I can now rotate the angle of that object. Okay. So text box, click it, crosshairs, click, drag. Now you've got a text box. And once you've created a text box, then you've got all of the options. So I can come in here and I can choose a font. I can change my style, I can change my color, and I can type. So you've got those options as well. So you can see, like, for a student, ease of use, right? This is easy. Easy to edit. Let's see. So when we go through our menus, there's a lot of stuff here that is sort of upper level options, but I want to show you a couple of some of the simpler places to start. Depending on what you're wanting to use this for, you may want to resize your workspace. And so to do that, you go File, Page Setup. Right now it's the standard 4x3. There are a lot of different applications where you or your students are going to just need more room. And so for that reason, I like to come in and go from that standard 4:3 to widescreen. 16 by 9 or 16 by 10, either one, hit OK. And it's a little bit larger. So we've got a little bit more space. This works well for timelines. This works well for comic strips, anything that's kind of more horizontally arranged. So you can do that. One thing that I will show again later, but if I've selected this and I go Command C is copy, or Control C, and then Command V or Control V, depending on what machine you're on. I can hit Control V, and I've got a bunch of those guys. This will come in handy when you might be creating a manipulative in maybe a K through 4, K through 5 classroom, where you want kids to come up and move things around. This will give you the exact same copy, same proportions, and so on. So there's that. Let's see, what else can we do? In the Insert menu, we've talked about images and text box, shapes. Again, using shapes, there are a ton of options. Oftentimes I will, for example, maybe you want to, let's see here, I gotta lean in because I'm blind. I'm gonna make a shape here, right? And if you double click on a shape, you can type on it, okay? But let's just say, for the sake of this example, that I want to drag this text box over the top of my shape. So I'm going to drag it, and those little red lines are helping me center. And you're like, haha, Marcus, you're an idiot. Look, you can't even see the Santa. Where is it? So I'm going to select my shape, because there are layers here. And that's kind of next level stuff. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go Order. I'm going to send it backward. And then I'm going to send it backward again. I can actually send it to the back. So now what I've done is change the order of the layers. And so now my text box is on top. And now I can select it and center as I see fit. And then you say, well, it's not centered. My text box is centered, but my word in that text box was not centered, so I need to center it. Okay, so now I can do that. Now we got that. And then if I want to change the fill color of that, I can do so. So let's make it Christmassy. And then now I want to change that color because it's hard to read. So there you have it. You can insert tables. This is a really great way to do a comic strip, which I am going to show in a later video. But if I wanted to do that, I would select the 3x3. I would drag it, and then let's, I'm gonna get rid of these guys. Adios, Santa. I'm not talking to myself, I'm just making a video, don't mind me. Is it a clean video? Yes, I'm recording for teachers right now. There you have a comic strip. And at that point then, and I'll go into detail about how to make this happen for your students, but that's your starting point. You've got a starting point of comic strip, and you can insert content there, which is great for storytelling or summarizing activities, finding the main point, character analysis, setting, all sorts of great stuff. Let's see, diagrams, word art, all of these are options. You can link, right? So again, we'll talk about this, but if I select something and then I go insert link, or if I just select something and click this link button, I can link it. So I can make Santa link to CNN.com because it's easy to type. Nope. Let me undo that. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So I'm going to link Santa CNN.com. Okay, so now of course to change my font color I can adjust that, but now when you click Santa it'll link out. Okay, so that'll be important when we make interactive videos and things of that nature. That's part one.